Okay, welcome back everyone to my channel, and today is going to be another episode of I Could Talk Forever, and today's topic is going to be the media, and it's mostly going to be about Love Island. I'm not going to lie to you, but it does have a lot to do with the media, and as you can see I'm on a walk, so it also keeps me busy while I'm walking, but my arm does hurt because I have to hold it up. But we're going to start talking about Love Island just because it's coming to an end, obviously, this year's. And I will say I am a Christian, obviously, and I know that there's a big stigma on Love Island because it is a lustful show, I will say. I'm not going to deny it. And it definitely goes against, the Bible's morals of relationships. I like watching it because I like drama that doesn't involve me. Sorry guys, I'm talking about myself. I'm looking a little scared. But I like drama that doesn't involve me. I always skip the parts that I think are too much even for me to watch. But overall, I think it's also very good. It just shows, it's kind of like a science experiment, I promise you. Because you've got all these hot people locked in together in a space, forced to force a romantic connection of some sort to win money. And I mostly wanted to talk about the difference between Love Island UK and Love Island USA, because I only started watching Love Island when it was season 6 with Leah and PPG and all of that, but I never watched Love Island UK. But this year I started watching it. Oh, actually, I thought I saw something moving there. This is freaking me out. I actually hate going on a walk by myself. But this is so scary. Oh my gosh. But basically, and then I fell in love with Jazz, and I really liked the cast, honestly. Even from the first episode, I was like, this is gonna be a good show. So I started watching it, and there's so many very big differences between Love Island USA and Love Island UK. To start off, I will say the biggest difference is how showy it is, how game show it is. The Love Island, Love Island USA has a lot more more games, and they, how do I say this, they get involved a lot more with the couples, and so they game plan a lot of it. While I've noticed in Love Island UK, the drama happens mostly from talking. You'll rarely see Maya come in, whilst you'll see Ariana Madix come in every episode mostly. There's always a game, there's always something to do, and I feel it seems a lot more fake and a lot more constructed by the production instead of it being more organic. I really enjoyed the Love Island UK one because it's also you don't see it planned mostly. People always have their beliefs that it's it's production, blah, 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 blah. I would say it's not as overproduced as the USA one. Because another thing too I will say is that the Love Island USA is very, very sexualized. Oh my gosh, I thought all Love Island was like that. But then I watched the UK one, and I'm like, these people aren't being forced to kiss anyone. I watched the first episode of the Love Island USA season 8 and the one of UK, and what do you mean these people in the USA one have to, oh, some little kid glasses. What do you mean on the first episode these people are kissing each other like crazy? You're asking them about their favorite sex position. That's wild to me. While in the in the UK one, they are just drinking, taking sips of showing a little bit of interest, and there was only one kiss, because Aiden's always oh.
You want to give me a kiss? Come here, give me a kiss. Come give me a kiss.
No,
just a little peck, just a little peck. Okay.
But oh well. So you know what I mean? And in the USA one, they're all hooking up. It's insane to me how people are having sex on live TV with national television with all their family watching and everything. That's disgusting personally to me. Oh my gosh, someone's got hit by a butterfly. But the UK one, they take kissing so serious, which I think it should. But they take kissing very serious, which is such a stark contrast with I like after the first episode, after that bit of the USA one, I stopped watching because I was like, this is too much. Like, this is so overproduced. This is so like sexualized to clearly bring people in, but it's just overdone. And so I like locked in on the UK one, which, quick thoughts on those, like specific individually. I love, honestly, everyone is so funny. Like, whoever cast the season's amazing. Like, the whole thing's a joke, but it's really funny. Like, I keep seeing compilations of like Opie falling and Aiden give me a kiss, and just all of the funny things that like have been said. And the cast is just very organic and very likable, honestly. Like, there's obviously people that are very not as fun, but they're fun to watch. Like, people I personally just don't agree with a lot. Like, I would say Aiden isn't the best romantic partner for any of the girls. I would say very on and off with Priya. Julia gets on my nerves. People defend her too much because if she was a woman of color, they would have crucified her. People hold Jasmine to a much higher standard than any of the other girls. Any little slip she has, any show of emotion, she's demonized, which I think is ridiculous. And then you have love Yasmin, love Angelista. They showed her a lot more because I think in the beginning she was very boring. They didn't show her personality. Now I really did like her. I loved Ellie. I actually started crying when she left. Mika, I like her. She's nice. I think she's 21 years old. Like, you can't hold too much. I'm not gonna lie to you. Love Kevin and Jazz. Like, they should be the winners. I doubt they're gonna win because of all like the prejudices and everything involved with Love Island. But I think they should be the winners. That's about it, honestly. I feel like that's everything. Simba had a really good redemption arc. I respect him so much. Like, especially, like, the thing that turned the page for me was definitely the letter that he wrote. And he was like, I publicly humiliated her, so I'm going to publicly uplift her, which I think was amazing. I think that truly shows where his intentions were at and how he truly feels. And I'm so happy that Angelista, like, made him put the work in because she deserves it. And I think that was the best comeback that I've seen, honestly. On this season, best comeback I've seen. Let's see what else. But I honestly didn't watch Love Island USA. Like I said. Oh wait, I was gonna say that. The game that I saw where it was like all of them in a bed and they're just like, it's just so disgusting to me personally. Oh, there's someone walking past me. Oh, never mind, she went the other way. Let me go this way actually. But yeah, they were all in a bed splashing paint on each other and they were just like kissing. It's just so disgusting. I can't imagine the amount of fluids that was spread on that. Also, another thing too, I hated the fact that they had to see 3 in a bed. Disgusting again. I feel like this whole season was very much, I didn't like it. At the end, like, I watched it when it was movie night because I kept on hearing people talk about Sincere and how he was lying all the time. And I was like, oh, let me see what they show. When I tell you I was horrified, this man is evil. Like, this actually made me scared for all women in the world. How can you lie like that? Like, this man was moving crazy. Like, I don't even know how he can keep all his lies together. And Melanie, she was losing, like, she literally was like an out-of-body experience for her. The way she zoned out, like, this woman was traumatized. Like, that was insane. I was watching, I was like, this poor woman. Everyone kept on calling her crazy, 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 crazy. I thought she was crazy too. And then I watched that, I was like, this is unbelievable. Anyway, and so I think the sexualization is very, very big difference for the UK one and the USA one. I will say points for the USA one because I feel like they have a lot more diversity, than the UK one. However, I am just so obsessed with the UK one. Like, I love the cast so much. They're just so interesting and just so fun to watch. I'm like nearing the end of my walk, but actually no, I have like 15 minutes left to go maybe. back to my house. And I think my hair's messed up already, but flipping Florida, but whatever. What else? And I think also another big thing that I noticed is that Love Island USA has a lot more people watching and people a lot more interactive with it than I will say the UK one. Because I noticed that the UK one, like, they don't get that many followers. Like the USA one, you see that Trinity, she went from 5,000 to 2 million followers since joining Love Island. Love Island. That's insane. And I noticed that the UK ones, they don't have that much engagement, which I think is, I really don't know if that's a bad thing, honestly, because the USA one, yeah, you get a lot of engagement, but there's a lot of opinions, there's a lot of hate, there's a lot of more things you have to deal with the public. Whereas, I mean, now that Love Island's become just such a huge thing, people are locked in on it. I noticed that the Love Island UK also, a lot of people have a lot of opinions, and they're taking it to a lot of extreme points. I think you just have to realize that this is a show, and this is, had this not been televised, you wouldn't think this was as bad as it was. Full honesty, I think. Because this is like just daily things. Like you will have a friend that snakes you and will take your man, or like have a chat, or your man will cheat, blah 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 blah. But I feel like since it's televised, people like take it to such a different like level, and like they demonize they crucify the person for something that obviously I agree, like you shouldn't do it, like it's bad obviously, but like people take it like they just killed the baby. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's insane. I think you need to give these people a lot of grace. Because even when these people are like 20-something-year-olds, like they do not, their frontal lobe is not fully developed. I think the most mature person there is definitely Jasmine. Jasmine's also up there. She keeps to herself. She's just so fun little bubble. And I love her. But Jasmine is definitely the most articulated with her words, and she tries to be the most mature one. I've noticed all the boys have their moments, but they're not as mature as the girls, obviously, because naturally it usually isn't like that. But oh my God, it's really hot. And there's people driving past me. But I think I really do like Kevin. I think he is the best boy that's there. Him and Tommy. I like Tommy, but they don't show a lot of him. This pickup's like slowing down. But they don't show a lot of Tommy, and which sucks because I feel like he actually would be a very interesting person and seems to like hold his own very well. But Kevin, I think he grew the most. I just love him so much. Like, that's my man. Like, that's Jazz's man. But I love him and his baby Jay. They should win. Like, I feel, because you see the maturity. Like, when Jazz tells Kevin something that she finds wrong, he fixes it like that. I would say the most vivid scene that I remember was when they had like the whole like water slide like thing argument where they pick who they think the girl belonged to, and then they were like having issues, they disagreed, the boys and the girl had this huge fallout, and then like all the girls were like annoyed at the guys were annoyed at the girls, whole thing. And Jess told him, she was like, I want my man to back me, like I want my man to stand by me all the time, like if he thinks I've done something wrong, pull me aside in private. But she wants her man to defend him publicly. And I think next time when it was the fire pit, she, like OP was coming at her, and Kevin like immediately locked in. He was like, she's got to have an opinion now. And like he was keeping it light, but he was backing her up. And I think that's what she wanted. That's what all women want, honestly. They want to be backed up. Even if they've done something wrong, like take them aside privately. And I think that's something that Kevin does really well. He, like recently, from what I've seen, there was like a whole argument with like the grafties and stuff. And Aiden was going at all Jasmine, whatever, whole thing. And then Aiden, his brother, was like annoyed, like he was like aggravated. He was like blah, 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 blah. And then Kevin like stood 10 toes down behind Jasmine. Like he pulled Aiden aside and like was 10 toes behind Jasmine. She was like, do you truly think that she did that with malicious intent? Like blah, 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 blah. And he was like backing her, like he wasn't just agreeing with Aiden, with his brother, which I think shows so much maturity and so much growth for a 21-year-old to have is insane. But no, I rate both of them. I think they're amazing. I love them so much. I'm so happy I logged in this season because wow, was it interesting. Sorry, someone walked past me. But I might have to stop the video because I also don't want people finding out where I live. But no, that's basically my opinions. I definitely think that they're very interesting shows altogether, and I think you just have to prefer what you want. But I will always say that Love Island UK, I think, is more organic, and it's more so letting the people act the way they act. There's not a lot of involvement of production from what I think. And yeah, I will say also there's a lot of racial motivation against with the opinions that people have against the other people. Like I said before, like Yulia, if she was, there's a car walking by, but if Yulia was a woman of color, she would not be held to the same light as people are holding her. Like there's people defending her like crazy because she's opinionated, she's passionate, blah 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 blah. But the minute it's like Mika, it's Angelista, it's Jasmine, she's like demonized. She's like, oh, she's aggressive, oh, she's mean, she's boss, she's mean girl, blah 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 blah. And it's just like people definitely aren't held to the same light. Especially, I will say, especially with the whole Charlene situation. Like, Charlene crying, I definitely think that was white woman tears. Like, Charlene is so bitter about the way things ending with her, Kevin, and Jasmine. Like, Kevin ran it back with Jasmine, like, the minute you see when he walked in, how he, like, dropped her hand so quickly, and his, like, face sunk. Like, he knew he made a mistake the minute he saw Jasmine standing there. And so, and you see that she started crying, like all three of them, like Mara, Yulia, and Charlene. I didn't like them. I think it's very much like white women tears. They were mad that the guys ran it back with the girls. Yulia is so bitter about everything. She has an opinion about everyone but her own couple. She holds all the girls to such high ranks. No, she holds the guy to higher regards than the women. She absolutely has such anger towards the women, but she doesn't say it to her face. Like she sells the issue and then brings it back up. Like the issue's never resolved with her. Mara, all the whole three of them were like such mean girls. Like they had so many opinions and they were just bitter that the guys didn't pick them. That's what it is, honestly. And it's just so aggravating. Like, and they didn't show Yulia calling Yasmin a bitch multiple times. That's the first time meeting her. They didn't show, like, it's just so annoying. I can't stand the whole, like, there's a lot of racial involvement, obviously, because like I said, it is a social experiment, basically. Like, Love Island is basically a social experiment. But, no, I think it's very interesting. I'm going to end the video here. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.